Computer Money Talk here with another video. And on this channel, in this video, we talk about money. So we're going to talk about contingency plan to avoid being homeless. But that is one thing that a lot of us fear. It's like as low as you get. $0 in your name, that is one thing you want to avoid. So there's ways to avoid being homeless. One thing you could do is try to keep the spend the same. Yeah, I know sometimes it's not going to be the same, but try to keep it a bit close. Like when you get a raise, don't just increase your spending. Just keep it the same. Now, if you lose your job, obviously you can't keep your payment the same. You're going to have to reduce it once you lose your job. Also, if you lose your job, you want to find another job as fast as you can. But we know we don't live in a perfect world. Sometimes it could take months or even over a year to find a job. Sometimes it does take that long. One way you can help with that is get try to sign for these give apps like Uber Eats, DoorDash. Do that until you get another job. I mean, that could help you. But we could pretend like that don't exist. Maybe you're not into that, or there could be other reasons you just don't do it. So for this video, I'm just gonna eliminate the give apps. I mean, that's one thing you would want to do if you didn't have a job. But for this video, I'm just going to pretend like it don't exist. We're gonna pretend like you lost your job. You're behind on rent. You are on the verge of being homeless. So a lot of times when we start losing money, we want to dig into that saving account. But try to avoid that. Here's something that we all should have, and that is the emergency fund. So you may want to have a separate banking account. For me, it's China. I was using Yada, but Yada's trash now. I can't even get my $200 out of that account now. So don't use Yada. They should be sued. So I've been using Chime for it don't have to be Chime. It can be a totally different bank. But for me, it's Chime. So I always put a certain percentage of my income into my emergency fund. And for the emergency fund, I basically never spend. I only use it for emergencies. Let's say if I suddenly need to have 2 of my wisdom teeth removed. I want to try to avoid using the credit cards. And I want to, what else? I want to avoid trying to use my money from my saving account. So that's what emergency fund be used. But it could also be used in case you lose your job. It's good to have at least 3 months of the emergency. Your emergency fund should be able to last at least 3 months at the minimum. I mean, 6 months would be great, but 3 months at the minimum. I mean, maybe you can find another job in 3 months. Hopefully you can. So with the emergency fund, it's not your regular spending, so you don't use your regular spending money for emergency fund. I mean, you could use for your car, but I don't use it for my car. I'm actually trying to build up a totally different account for my car. And that's the Coinbase. I use my Coinbase for my car. That is a different story, a different topic. So emergency could be good for medical reasons, or it could be used if you lose your job, because now you don't have income coming in. So that is the purpose of the emergency fund. But let's say 3 months done pass, you still don't have no job. I mean, it sucks not having a job 3 months, but hey, this is reality. So now you got your saving account, your regular saving account, and you have your stocks. One thing about stocks is long term. So you want to avoid touching that as much as you can. So taking money from the stock market, from your stock portfolio, that is the last resort. So in this case, you are going to have to take some money from your saving account. It's going to have to happen. So 3 months some passed, so now you got to take some money out of the saving account. Hopefully, you're able to find another job soon, but let's say you spent all your emergency fund. You spent all your savings. So now you are on the verge of being homeless. You're about to get evicted. In this case, you're going to have to do it. I know it hurts, but you are going to have to do it. You are going to have to take some money from your stock portfolio. But try not to take too much out. Let's say you have like $500,000 in the stock market. I know it may sound kind of unrealistic for some of y'all, but some of y'all probably do have much. But to make it seem more real, we'll go with $50,000. So let's say you have $50,000 worth of stock. Honestly, $50,000 should be enough to hold off for a whole year. I mean, if a whole year done passed, so it's been like over a year and over 3 months, and you still don't have a job. I mean, you might be the problem. I'm not always, but I'm just pointing that out. So in this case, you're gonna spend all your emergency fund. You spent all your savings. So now you gotta go in that Robinhood account. But you do not take all 50,000 grand out of your account. You sell enough stocks to where it's like $5,000 left over. So that'll be 10% of your net worth. So you take that 5,000 and you put it into your regular banking account. And 5,000 could hold you off for a little bit. I mean, you could double it and make it 10,000. So $10,000. I mean, I could hold you off for several months. But while this is happening, you wanna be looking for a job. You wanna be looking for like another source of income. I mean, there's like some side hustles out there. I just talked about the gig apps, but I was pretending like they don't exist. But not Robinhood, but Uber Eats and DoorDash, I mean, they're not the only gig apps out there. I mean, there's some other apps where you can like walk dogs, make money that way. So you may want to do a gig app until you find a replacement job. So I'm just going to point that out. But if you spend all of your, what is it? If you spend all of your emergency fund, you spend all your savings, you spend everything in your Robinhood account, I mean, and you still don't got a job, I mean, there's something wrong with that. You may have one more option. Do you have any Bitcoin? This could be the last thing to save from being homeless. If you have Bitcoin, maybe look into your Coinbase and you realize it's not just Bitcoin, but you have like $13,000 in cryptocurrency. I mean, you can sell that. I mean, $13,000 could hold you off for several months. It should be enough to pay your rent for like several months. But you shouldn't let it get to that point. I mean, you shouldn't let it get past the emergency fund. I mean, you spend all your emergency fund, and now you have to go to like your saving account. I mean, at that point, so if you had like 3 months of emergency fund, so you had 3 months to basically look for another job. But now, it's easier to basically get like a sort like these give apps. Like I said, I was pretending like they don't exist, but now I'm bringing them up. Because with Uber Eats, it was easy for me to get into. Also, Walmart Smart, it took me a while to get into that one. I still haven't started yet for that one. But with Uber Eats, it did not take me a while. I think I actually got the job as soon as I signed up. So, of course, the thing with Uber Eats and DoorDash, you gotta have like a reliable car. So you don't have a reliable car, I mean, this obviously the side hustle is not gonna work for you. But if you don't have a car, also you could buy a car. And you could use that car. You may be able to use it as a tax write-off. So that could help you out a bit. Another thing you could do is have a garage sale. Any junk in your house that you don't want or just laying around, you could sell it. You could even have a garage sale. You could sell on eBay, Facebook Marketplace. I mean, I can help you out a bit. But you want to avoid being homeless. Because it's not free out there being homeless. It's really not. So I figured I'll just make a contingency plan to avoid being homeless. So the first plan is to have an emergency fund to help you out. And if that failed, then you have to go into your regular saving. And of course, if that fails, then you have to go into your Robinhood or whatever stockbroker you use for stock. You have to use that to pay your rent, your insurance. But of course, by the time you get even touch the stock market, hopefully you are able to get a job. Hopefully you're able to get a job by the time you have to take money out of your saving account, you're able to get a job. So make sure you have at least 3 months of, you have enough to cover 3 months for the emergency fund. Like you have enough to cover your rent, the food, and all that. I mean, I got something that could help you with the emergency fund. I'll have a link down here. It's an app I use. It actually automatically saves somebody towards my, what is it? Yeah, towards my emergency. And at some point, I just take money out there and put in like my emergency fund account. So that's how I'm using that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. You want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Have a good weekend.